This is G.I. Joe Fan 2001, and I hope you're doing well. I have decided to make this video series that will cover the year 2020. It should be completed by December of this year. Their purpose is to look back at the past 11 months of the year, and what has been happening. So let's look back on the first year of the new decade. The first thing that is concerning this new year is the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, better known as COPPA. A law apparently designed to keep children under the age of 13 safe on the internet. Good on paper, right? Well, it's not quite as simple as it seems. Google got fined $107 million for breaking the law. And this became something that mainly affected toy channels or any other channel on YouTube that is directed to a child audience, causing them to lose ad revenue and for the option to mark a video on whether or not it's made for kids. Unfortunately, there are videos that aren't made for children that are being directed to children. Deep Humor has more on this and more on COPPA and what YouTube is doing right now. I'll put a link to his channel below. To be honest, I think COPPA failed at its original purpose. The law was viewed as unconstitutional when it was rolled out, and I'm inclined to agree. I would go as far as to say that COPPA counts as big government. You can't go after every child under 13 using the internet. They will often log in using their parents' account. And I've been on YouTube since I was 10 years old, and I saw things that I shouldn't have seen at that age. I also saw both sides of the argument, one side being the affected channels. The greatest example here is Jane Briggs, the biggest victim in all of this. His videos on this are worth the watch. I should mention that those YouTubers who support COPPA are not toy channels. To those who support this law, put yourself in a toy channel's shoes. I also have one message to the FTC. Why go after YouTube now? Why not do this when YouTube was relatively new, or when they launched the YouTube Kids app in 2015? And I'm not saying that YouTube was innocent either, as it managed to exploit the loophole of COPPA. Besides, online privacy and data collection does not only apply to children under the age of 13. It also applies to adults. Age didn't matter during the Edward Snowden or Cambridge Analytica controversies. My theory, and I wasn't even alive then, so take it with a grain of salt, is because of when COPPA was passed. It was passed in April of 2000. This was a time when the internet was not as mainstream as it is today. A time when religious zealots and other moronic parents worried about cable TV. I think their mentality started to apply to the internet, i.e. worrying about children looking at porn. Again, this is just my theory. Besides, most people who use the internet, including those who are watching this right now, are mature, responsible adults. Most children who do browse the internet have parental supervision. And if you are a parent who is watching this, please supervise your kid while she is surfing the web. But the point I am trying to make here is that our technology laws are passed by old, out-of-touch politicians. Not to be ageist or anything, but bear with me. Another thing I'm bringing up is that the majority of them are in their 70s, and in some cases are in their 80s. Age may not be a big deal to some, but for me, it is. Mainly because most of Congress is aging white men. That does not represent America, does it? President Donald Trump is 74, Mitch McConnell is 78, Chuck Schumer is 76, and Nancy Pelosi just turned 80 this year. I think you mostly get what I'm saying. Washington, D.C. is too old and needs some younger blood. To add insult to injury, most of the politicians at Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg and other tech company CEOs testified in front of in 2018 were mostly old and had AIDS. Some were younger than others, to be fair. The biggest offender here is former Utah Senator Orrin Hatch, who is now age 6. This is one of the reasons I don't trust aging politicians. That and they have too much power and are out of touch. I've heard the phrase respect your elders, but still. Richard Bryan, a Democrat from Nevada who introduced COPPA into the Senate, was born in 1947, meaning he'll be 83 years old this year. So it proves my point on why I don't trust these technology laws. The silver lining to all of this is that some channels deserve it, especially those who exploit children and elstigate ones. But unfortunately, some channels, like Ryan's World, got away. What are we going to do about it? Nothing. Especially with what's going on right now. It also includes Trump and the election. For now with COPPA, time will tell. And to be fair, we kind of overreacted to it a bit. Maybe the FTC should be going after TikTok, which could be banned in the United States. Though there is some talk of American companies that are going to buy it, but that's another story. But the point I'm trying to make here is that both Google and the FTC are at fault. For now, this is G.I. Joe Fan 2001, wishing I'd stay safe, and I'll see you in the next part.